my position looks like now.
Hi, and welcome back to the One Day, One Delt of Giving. Let me get that again. The One Delt, One Day of Giving. We're here with Kelley Fox, the coordinator of wellness and well-being. Kelley, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Kelley, tell us just a little bit about yourself and how you got here to work for Delta Delta.
Awesome. So I graduated from the University of Rhode Island in 2016 and then had the opportunity to serve Zeta Tau Alpha as a consultant for 2 years after that, which further solidified my desire to pursue a career in higher education. So in the summer of 2018, I moved to Fayetteville, Arkansas to pursue my master's in higher education, which I graduated with in the spring of 2020, right before I had the opportunity to join Delt staff as a chapter support coordinator, a role I happily served in for a year and a half before switching teams a little bit. Now I'm on the programming team to serve as the coordinator for wellness and well-being.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you sharing that context with everyone and appreciate all you've already given to Delta Tau Delta and the excellent work that you've done, but certainly very excited for the new adventure and the new role that you've taken on. Tell me, how has that adjustment been to the new role thus far?
Yeah, it's been great. So I really started in this role in the end of January, beginning of February, had the opportunity to attend 2 division conferences, which were really my first Delt events since I joined right in the thick of the pandemic, which I truly enjoyed having the chance to attend to, like I said. And since then, I've really been digging into some of Delt's initiatives that we've already had in place and what those look like, and beginning to pursue some additional initiatives and opportunities now that I have my entire focus on this role.
And what inspired you to step into this specific role?
Yeah, honestly, I was super excited when I heard about this role being created. We heard a little bit from Andy and Alex Kennedy during some staff meetings about this role being rolled out and posted. And after reading the job description, it just felt like it married some of my passions together really nicely. So obviously, I have a passion for higher education and working with undergraduate students. And I am also really passionate about mental health, wellness, and well-being, and see such a need for focus on that for undergraduate students. And so I was really excited to have the opportunity to interview for this position and to just really dig into Delt's resources and what we have to offer for students. Was even more excited when I was offered the role and have the opportunity to serve the fraternity in this capacity.
Very exciting. Well, certainly glad that you are in the position that you are in. And I just want to hear a little bit more for those that might not have the context at home. What does wellness and well-being look like through the context of the Delt experience?
Yeah. So one of the things that I appreciate so much about Delt's approach to this position and wellness and well-being as a whole is that it's really viewed as the holistic picture, right? I think it's really easy to think of wellness and well-being specifically mental health related. And while that is super important, the organization has been really intentional about framing this as a bigger picture, whether that's in terms of physical well-being, mental well-being, emotional well-being. We talk about how important it is to help students recognize that they have the power to take on their own personal well-being and wellness. And so that's something that really enticed me to pursue this position. And it's something that I think makes Delt stand apart, is that we are focusing on the student as a whole rather than just one piece.
That's awesome. Really glad to hear that. Now, when we talk about some of the specific resources around wellness and well-being, certainly I'm sure there's a lot that you're going to and currently want to accomplish, but what at this moment is out there as far as resources for wellness and well-being for members of Delta Tau Delta?
Absolutely. So through BUB, our Building Up Brothers, there's a plethora of resources in terms of wellness and well-being. One of the greatest resources and initiatives that the fraternity has to offer is our partnership with Talkspace. I think it's really easy to view that as something students may utilize in the midst of a crisis, but it's something that students have available to them at any point during their undergraduate experience. And so I would really encourage students to look into that no matter where they are in their journey. We also have a robust partnership with JED. That's something that I am working on really digging into. We have the You Can Help a Brother program. That's something that we're really looking at building out a bit more over the course of this next year. And through that organization, our partnership with them, there are a few different campaigns we plan to roll out in the fall that we will definitely reach out to students to provide resources to them and kind of as a call to action.
That's incredibly exciting to even just have that as a starting point. And
Mhm.
as we look to the future, what are some things that are goals or ambitions that we can look forward to when it comes to wellness and well-being with Delt members?
So I think one of the biggest things that we are looking at over the course of the next year is really making sure our students understand the amount of resources they have at their fingertips. I already mentioned that Talkspace is a resource that I think a lot of people view as a bit of a reactive resource that they can have, but it's something we want to make sure students know that they have as something that they can use any given time. And so we'll really be digging into what that looks like in terms of resources and opportunities to provide students. One of the things that we're really looking into rolling out in the fall is a You Can Help a Brother facilitator program. So at Carnia, we're hoping to have the opportunity to provide signups for students to have the opportunity to have a facilitator come to their chapter to present that program to their entire undergraduate chapter. Potentially, depending on where a chapter is located in the country, they could collaborate with another Delt chapter to put this on. And just so that we begin those conversations about supporting our brothers through trying times when they may be struggling mentally or with coping mechanisms. And then additionally, one of the things I'm super excited about for the 2022-2023 academic year is to roll out a wellness and well-being survey that really gives the opportunity to receive feedback from students in what they're wanting to see, what they feel like they need, areas that they feel like their chapter would really benefit from seeing more resources in. So I think the big picture, I can't reiterate enough how much and by we, I mean me, I want to hear from undergraduates what they would like to see this position offer and really dig into, because at the end of the day, the whole point of fraternity is to provide the best opportunity and best resources for our undergraduates during their time in college.
Kelley, I couldn't agree more. And I and everyone here working with the Delt Day of Giving so much appreciates you spending the time giving us this context and giving us all of this exciting news and where we're headed with wellness and well-being. And just thank you for the work that you're doing and will do.
Thank you. I'm so excited to continue to have the opportunity to serve the fraternity in this capacity.
Well, there you have it. Kelley Fox, thank you once again so much for joining us here on the One Day, One Delt Day of Giving. Want to give a special plug to make sure if you haven't given a gift yet, or if this has moved you when it comes to wellness and well-being, to make a gift to the Health and Wellness Fund. It's an opportunity to help move these programs forward and give the resources to Kelley and all the programming team to make these things a reality, to continue to have Talkspace, to be a tool and a resource, as well as building up brothers and all the other things that Kelley was able to talk about and will continue to improve upon as the year continues. So with that, we want to give one quick special shout out to Perry Evans, who has made a large gift to the Health and Wellness Fund today. Thank you so much, Perry. And thank you to everyone who's given so far. We currently sit at 223 gifts and $121,000 raised. We'll be back in just a little bit. We're also going to pivot over and do a little bit on Instagram. So if you follow us there, check us out for some exclusive content there. But I'm Vince Russo. Thank you again to Kelley Fox for joining us. This is the Delt Day of Giving 2022.